What's up football fans, welcome back to another video, and it's time to have a look at the Unity Cup. So if you're not too sure what this competition is, it was a competition that took place between 4 countries, sort of international friendly kind of thing. However, these games are not recognized by FIFA, so they can't go towards your world ranking. The latest edition took place this past weekend from the 27th until the 31st of May. But before we speak about this edition, let's go all the way back to 2002 when this started for the first time ever. Another thing to add before we look at 2002 is that this tournament takes place between countries who have large diasporas in parts of London. And if you're anything like me and you're not an English major, I will give you the meaning of that word. So the word is actually diaspora and not diaspora, just in case. And then the term diaspora comes from an ancient Greek word meaning to scatter about, and that's exactly what the people of the diaspora do. They scatter from their homeland to places across the globe, spreading their culture as they go. So now that the English lesson is done, let's get back to the football. The first edition took place in 2002 and was only contested by Nigeria and Jamaica, and it took place at Loftus Road, QPR Stadium. The winners of the tournament were Nigeria, who had a 1-0 victory over Jamaica thanks to a James Obiora goal. And here's the only picture that we have that proves that this tournament took place, and that's JJ Okocha holding the trophy. Now heading to the second ever edition, it took place in 2004, and this was held at the Valley, which is Charlton Athletics Stadium. So in this one, 3 teams competed: Nigeria, Jamaica and the Republic of Ireland. The way this worked was that each team played each other in a match, so it was 2 games for each teams, and that meant that the winner with the most wins would win the tournament. The first game saw Nigeria dismantle Republic of Ireland 3-0 with a Bartholomew Ogbeche brace and a goal from Obafemi Martin. The second game saw Nigeria take on Jamaica, and it was similar fashion, a 2-0 victory to Nigeria thanks to goals from John Utaka and Bartholomew Ogbeche. And the final game saw Jamaica taking on the Republic of Ireland, and the Republic of Ireland came out 1-0 victors thanks to a Graham Barrett goal. And if your counting was correct there, Nigeria had 2 wins, Republic of Ireland had 1 win, and Jamaica had 0 wins, so Nigeria won the tournament. The only bad news on this one is we don't have any images to prove that. And trust me, I did a deep dive. So now that we've completed that, let's head all the way to 2025, where this tournament took place 21 years after the last edition. And this was the 3rd edition to take place. A reminder that Nigeria won both of the past 2. And you're probably wondering who the participants in this one were and how many teams there were. I'll show you in a second, and just to let you know, there were 4 teams this time, so it has grown again. So there was no return from the Republic of Ireland, but this time Nigeria, Jamaica, the 2 who have been in every other edition, continued, but this time Nigeria joined, and Trinidad and Tobago. And this time they decided to have 2 semi-finals, 3rd and 4th place, and then the final. The first game was promising for Jamaica as they went off to a 3-2 victory over Trinidad and Tobago. Jamaica's goal scorers were Casey Palmer, Ruman Barrell and Richard King, while Trinidad and Tobago's 2 goals came from Isaiah Leacock and Kevin Molino, meaning Jamaica went to the final. The second game saw Nigeria take on Ghana, and it was a 2-1 victory to Nigeria thanks to goals from Cyril Dessers and an own goal from Razak Simpson. Ghana's goal came from Brandon Thomas Asante. This meant that Nigeria would meet Jamaica in the final. So the competitors in the 3rd and 4th place playoff were none other than Trinidad and Tobago and Ghana. And unfortunately for Trinidad and Tobago, Ghana absolutely wiped the floor with them with a 4-0 victory. Goals from Jordan Ayew, Razak Simpson, Mohamed Husseini and Lawrence Agyekum were enough to hand Ghana the 3rd place in this tournament. So that meant the final would have a repeat of the 2 teams taking place in the final back in 2002 in the 1st edition. The game was a 2-2 draw, with Jamaica getting goals from Gaheem Dick and John Russell. Nigeria's 2 goals came from Moses Simon and Samuel Chukwueze. The game was then won 5-1 penalties by none other than, you guessed it, defending champions Nigeria, who go back to back to back. That means in 3 editions Nigeria have won every single competition, and we haven't had any other winner. And that's your run up for this past week's Unity Cup. I hope that this video has enlightened you if you were confused about what went on and what this tournament meant. But as always, thank you so much for your view. If you enjoyed it, feel free to like. You can comment as well. If you have any suggestions, you can drop that down below. Share it with your friends if you'd like to. And if you would like to do this as well, you can feel free to subscribe. We are on the road to 500 subscribers. Thank you for all the support so far. Have a good one.